Hey, I'm hot, buddy.
It's on.
Yeah.
But yeah, you ain't on the camera.
I'm on the camera.
Oh, okay. No, but I'm Milton.
I'm Maurice.
This video is just a rant about different issues that we feel or will have some opinion about, because people always say that young people don't have no opinion on anything. So we decided to make a rant. It's basically just a grind my gears section about a lot of different issues right now. We came up with a little short PowerPoint list of stuff, so we just go and freestyle it from there. What's one of the pick one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We get on this one. We talk about current issues, politics. I cannot understand how poor people can vote for a party whose policies, who don't make any policies. They whole opinion is just no right now. Your policies aren't governed for poor people, but these same poor people are voting for these politicians. I'm going to say it, Republicans. Your whole platform right now is to say no to anything. You don't agree with anything the president or the Democratic Party is saying right now, but yet you offer no alternatives. You don't get nothing from nothing if you say no to everything.
That's crazy.
But people roll with that every day. You get people like Glenn Beck all on TV ranting against the president.
Lying.
Yes.
Lying.
They're doing this and they're doing that. But this is this man's first term in office. And look at the different policy issues. You may not agree with all of them. You may not agree with the way that they carry out each of the policies. But at least they're making an attempt.
It ain't even been 2 years yet. Yeah, it's been almost 2 years.
The alternatives, they make good speeches. Sarah Palin out here making good speeches. Mama Bears and all of this crap. But yet, you left your post. You were the governor of Alaska. You didn't finish out your term. You became a citizen of the world. What kind of crap is that?
That's crazy.
You don't want to carry out your duties, so you just leave your job. But you talk about this man, this group of people that's coming to work every day, actually offering up solutions to try to get out of this recession and different things. That's crazy to me. Another current issue. We were watching the news today. A lot of media outlets didn't pick this up, but I even made it my Facebook status because I think it's that important. I'm actually going to read my Facebook status right now. Seeing as you all are here and you have nothing better to do than watch me. But it says, I'm not a Muslim, but the pastors that are talking about burning the Quran on 9/11 should rethink their actions. Hate only breeds hate. No one who says they love God in any shape, form, or fashion should spread hate. I cannot honestly understand how someone who says they're a member of the clergy would not understand the point that a lot of the generals that are over in Iraq and Afghanistan are making, that your actions of burning what they consider a holy book, the Quran, your actions of burning that are causing citizens of those countries to revolt against Americans. So you put American citizens in danger by your actions. What do you get out of telling your congregation to burn the Quran? What symbolism is that making? The world will be in an uproar if these same groups of people said we're going to have Bible burning sessions. Mind you, I know that some groups of people do that, but I'm not condoning those actions either. I'm saying that a negative hand produces only another negative hand. You're condemning the actions of the 9/11 terrorists, but yet your actions are now causing them to have recruitment efforts. Because if you burn those Qurans on 9/11, Al-Qaeda is going to gain a lot more troops than they have right now because of your actions. So you're endangering the lives of civilians all over the world because of your stupidity. That's stupid to me. Maybe I'm the only one. That's why this is a rant, because there's no point about this. It's just public opinion. This my and his opinion to this. But you're listening to it, so apparently you must agree with some of it. What you looking up?
The Quran burning.
Uh,
Gainesville, Florida.
Gainesville, Florida. But I'm surprised though that a lot of the news media haven't picked this story up. I don't see this running across Fox, but every day I hear about uproar about different citizens in their uproar about building a mosque. But this is an action that is in direct violation to a lot of stuff. The mosque, I understand some of the survivors of 9/11, their opinion of not wanting to go up in that site, but they're already there worshiping. They're not asking to purchase a new property that they only own. They are already there. And they have been there for years. This mosque was there while the towers were there. No complaints. It's funny how Americans can say that this war with Afghanistan and previously Iraq is not against Muslims per se, but only those fundamentalists that target America. But your actions are not showing that. You got people, what was that mosque at, like in Kentucky or somewhere? Tennessee. You got people that are vandalizing the site of a mosque. These folks in Tennessee have nothing to do with Afghanistan. So why are you sitting there bombing the site of a mosque over here? And you don't think that those actions are going to inflame people over in those other countries? Yes.
And it also took a week for them to even declare it arson. Like, that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Because if you bombed a church in this country, the entire nation would be in an uproar. So you don't see why these people have such strong feelings against us for doing these actions. It baffles the mind that people really believe that hate only produces hate. And with you not seeing that, you continue to carry on. This is 2010. And people still have such strong views against other Americans. These are not citizens from in another country that you can justify your actions with this, us against them. These are, you turning on other Americans. This is your neighbor that you see every day.
The guy also, the taxi cab, slit his throat, acting like he a Muslim.
He wasn't even a Muslim in that
That's
case.
ridiculous.
These are your neighbors you see every day, and you commit these types of acts of violence against them. But yet, you have whole media outlets that are not condemning these acts. But they are provoking them. When you have Tea Party candidates like Sarah Palin again, we're going to put such and such in our crosshairs. You already have a divisive population, and then you make references to crosshairs, and you don't find that that's irresponsible?
White scare tactics.
That's exactly what it is. It's different scare tactics targeted toward groups of vulnerable people. The easiest way to control a group of people is to institutionalize fear within them. And that's the different policies that different groups are creating today, and people just don't care. Rupert Murdoch, you should be ashamed of yourself. You and your whole network are a bunch of fear mongers. It's baffling that you can get away with it. This is a rant, so we're going to keep going on with topics. I know we're probably over the time. We'll post part 2 and 3 of these videos if we have to.
We was talking about the dependence on technology.
Oh, okay.
I did an experiment today. I tried to see how long I could not be on Facebook. I deactivated my account today around, I want to say, probably about 3 o'clock p.m. And I can only last 8 hours before I reactivated my account. So we had a discussion seeing how and what are the effects of like being technological dependent. So
he say dependent on technology. I look at it like this. I'm not going to penalize myself because we live in an age where we have access to different forms of technology. I have a computer. I'm not going to go pull out a typewriter when I don't have to. I look at it like this. Technology is only there to aid you and assist you and make your life better. If it wasn't there, you would still get along without it. But since it is here, I'm going to use it.
But at the same time, it's like the people, if your mindset is like totally dependent on it, if we ever had to go to like a post-apocalyptic time, a lot of people would probably kill themselves without
out of not having access.
Yeah, not having access to technology.
I don't know if I can say this on here because we don't plan on posting it on this site, but I log on to Facebook every day. My profile is probably on Facebook right now. But it's just that the fact that those different social mediums have become so intrinsic into the everyday lives of young people, it's hard to detach yourself from that.
Yeah, because this is probably going on YouTube, so what can we say?
It grinds my gears section. Hey, I know you all going to make fun of a lot of this.
Yeah, well, we was talking about people who kind of stand up to pledge against something, but behind closed doors probably
are the biggest contributors to that.
Right.
Whether that be people that are against the use of technology, and you're probably using computers for everything, porn, for everything under the sun. But that just doesn't only apply to computers. We were looking at it from the standpoint of the fact that different lawmakers coming against different things that we feel don't hurt anybody but the people who choose to do them, such as
marijuana.
Marijuana. You gotta do it young, so we say marijuana or prostitution.
Prostitution. We saw recently today that Craigslist was forced to kind of. Well, I don't know if they wasn't necessarily forced to, but they chose,
due to public opinion.
Yeah, they chose to censor out their adult section, which pretty much
we didn't utilize.
Right. So, but we were saying like most of the people who are like so gun ho against it probably is the person who probably
utilizing those services.
Right. So,
an example of this that we thought of was the fact that Elliot Spitzer, what was the former mayor of New York? Yeah, he was so up against prostitution. Turns out that's what took you down. You wanted the what was he on, like a madam's list of written out prostitutes? Some of the biggest people